Welcome back, guys, to my Splyce versus Detonation FM review. Holy shit, that voice was way too YouTube, but let's get started. Apparently, Splyce lost to a Japanese team. I'm fucking shocked because Japan, as a region, is supposed to be garbage, and I think Splyce looked like the best play-in team, even better than Dom1 Gaming in terms of like the level of play and like the crispy cleanness that was shown. So yeah, how the hell did you manage this? Why'd you get your EU card taken away? Heimerdinger banned right away. I love the major region teams paying respect to the play-in teams and just banning out the champions they're good on. Don't get cocky. Don't give them the tools to beat you, please. Yumi Syndra. Okay. I don't understand the Syndra ban. It's been coming out a lot. The Yumi ban, of course I can understand. Not the Renekton first pick, so you didn't int the draft. Zaya ban, Kai's the first pick. Alright. Gnar blind. Damn, did you guys see that thumbs up? Gnar blind, Thresh blind. Okay. Millie champ. What? Wait, first of all, it went dark. I would have liked Millie champion into Thresh and a pick that can beat Gnar in top lane. Wow, draft looks good so far. Kai'Sa, Nautilus, Nocturne mid, round 2. Rise ban. They already have Kennen for top, so this has to be. They're banning out the mid Rise. TF ban. TF Nocturne for double globals. I feel you. Kali ban, a little bit weird, okay. Cassio ban. These has to be like research bans based on like what they're playing before. Ooh, Ash Thresh. That's actually so much laning prowess. Well, I want a jungler that can gank well. Hecarim. I know Xerxes plays a lot of Hecarim from before. But Hecarim's a champion that can be really weak in the early levels depending on what matchups. There's some matchups where Hecarim can actually run over the early levels. Nocturne's surprisingly strong as a duelist, especially with lethal tempo. Whenever you land your Q and you get the additional AD and you have the lethal tempo attack speed, you can duel pretty much anyone as Nocturne early. So I don't think Nocturne is going to be one of those champions that the Hecarim's able to run over. But then again, I might be stupid and the Nocturne just goes to mid lane. Ooh, proactive mid lane piece. Ooh, LeBlanc. How do I feel about LeBlanc here? I want them to have a proactive mid lane piece because they have their kind of mid and late game covered with like the Hecarim, the Kai'Sa. Like their mid and late game is going to be strong, so I want like a bridge piece. And any kind of extremely strong early game mage would have done. And I'm trying to think if LeBlanc is it. Like Syndra there actually would have been beautiful. What is there in the meta that can like kind of bridge you for like a good early game into mid and late? Like the champions I probably would have wanted is actually stuff like Syndra TF when both are banned. It's not that LeBlanc's bad, I just think there's better bridge pieces. Also, someone mentioned Olaf. Olaf there would have been beautiful versus Ashe versus Thresh. Galio. Damn, that Galio Nocturne. Whew. This is a wombo combo draft. How does Splyce win this? Great 1-3-1 and great usage of TPs and solo laners shadowing each other. Like when LeBlanc shadows the Kennen and the Kennen and LeBlanc is able to jump on the Gnar, that's a no bueno. It doesn't even matter if there's a Nocturne or a Galio in the game. Like between LeBlanc and Kennen, they have so much burst, they should be able to insta-give Kennen if LeBlanc gets like a proper roam off or is able to shadow behind Kennen properly. So what we're going to want to look for is from Splyce, full-on team fighting. How do I feel about full-on team fights? That comp versus this comp. Probably not that great actually. Galio, Nocturne, Gnar. Galio actually works so well versus LeBlanc too. This Galio pick makes a lot of things awkward. Because he's not an easy mid lane to kill over and over again. Helps with Gnar somewhat in a side lane. Also provides them a backbone for team fights. Actually a really nice rounding out piece. Wow. Okay. Well, my biggest advice to Splyce this draft would be, let's make sure we get Hecarim ahead. Let's make sure we can get into proper 1-3-1 while we're ahead in terms of map setup, in terms of item buys, and kill the Gnar over and over again. Gnar is literally one of the easiest champions to dive in the game. He has the lowest base HP and the base stats overall whenever he's in mini form. As for Detonation Focus Me, let's hit level 6 and then let's see some Galio Nocturne Wombo combos to bot side. Like the Ashe setup with Galio Nocturne Wombo combo is really good. And also one of the reasons why Ashe is such an easy champion to play for, I mean obviously she has her arrow, obviously she has her hawk, and you're able to see vision on the map and you're able to get all the information before playing towards her. But one thing that's really important is Ashe is extremely good at controlling waves and winning lane also. Like the volley is such a strong tool in lane. It forces you to back up from creeps so many of times or end up getting poked, so she just gets wave control so easily. Splyce having too much AP damage, that's never that big of a problem. One, as I talked about earlier, there aren't cheap, efficient MR items for people to build very easily. And also, when there isn't multiple number of tanks, then you can't stack MR anyways. So too much AP damage is usually, it's bad, but it's like a mosquito bite. Where too much AD damage is like a giant ass spider bite. You're like, holy shit, this is a problem. I have to get this checked out, or the spider bite is gonna turn into some multiple ninja tabbies and a thornmail. Now that's a problem. Cannon beating Gnar early. Cannon's one of the traditional counters into Gnar. Just a better range champion that can beat you. Looks like both junglers doing a full clear. Oh, that early Nocturne gank. Let's see it, boys. Not happening. Just warding try and running off. Early mid gank. Oh my god. Luckily, it's a LeBlanc and all she had to burn was W, but she had to spend a lot of mana. Her HP got chunked out, and she does not have teleport. She's actually going to lose quite a bit here. Wow, this Nocturne. So proactive. Waiting bot side. Why? He's not here to gank. I mean, the Ashe could have gotten hit by the hook. He's not here to gank. It's just the wave is in a really awkward position, so he's just helping it push in and making sure his laners aren't getting ganked. He's just waiting for a counter gank. He's helping push out. Nocturne's really great for helping push out. He's one of the best champions in terms of like going to your lane and helping you push out, because you can cue the wave and then do the auto attack with passive. Wow, all lanes landing in a decent spot for DFM across the board. Gnar's like the only one kind of in problematic position. It used to be where play-in teams couldn't even match up to the major region teams in lane, and they just get rolled over. But these, like the gap between play-in teams and the major region teams have closed a lot. I think one of the most obvious ones shown is like the laning. Oh, first, oh my god. Nocturne level 6. Zero awareness for this. Nocturne level 6. Galio roaming. Wow. Look, look, look. They're pinging the Galio. Look, they're pinging the Galio. Look, you can literally see the Galio moving. And the Nautilus moved up. What the fuck is the support doing? If it wasn't obvious enough, Nocturne was level 6. Your mid lane was pinging Galio roaming. Like, what? What? Giving Nocturne the first, like, making sure his first ult is successful is like a huge thing for Nocturne. Oh my god. Oh, I can't believe they just made it so free. Well, luckily he's gonna have his flash up soon. It won't be that bad of a problem. Like the huge, usually like what the big problem regarding dying to Nocturne gank at level 6 is, you burn your flash, you die to the Nocturne gank at level 6, Nocturne reganks you, you don't have flash, and then you die again, and then they take an objective, maybe they take your turret, and then like the game state is really shitty. Nocturne got to farm you a lot. He's up in levels, up in farm. Like usually that's a huge problem, but luckily Nautilus has his flash back up. He used it way earlier in the game, not when he was getting killed in the gank. Galio constantly providing pressure. Nocturne waiting, they know the Heka gank can happen. Like Galio's doing things in place of giving up farm. Oh. Oof. This start was really good by the Galio too. Got a huge chunk on Humanoid, cancel this W. Xerxes got here first. He doesn't have spells, can't reduce the damage. Wow. Xerxes just did a great job of melting the Galio. I didn't think he'd melt that quickly. Well, there's a huge deficit mid side now. Whenever Humanoid finishes item, like whenever he gets Ludens, he's gonna be able to clear mid wave really quickly where Galio can't even touch the wave. Yeah, it's happening where Humanoid has to clear the wave first and then the Galio can respond to the wave clear and then the game's playing onward. Alright, let's see it. Mid lane has control. Wars on both sides. Time to roam around. You're LeBlanc. Don't fucking hit the first plating. What the fuck you doing? What? What? Oh my god, that was so dumb. Right here? Move. Move with the Hecarim. Move with the Nautilus. Start getting control. Start threatening bottom dive. Start getting control over enemy jungle. Oh, I actually think it's so troll of him to hit turret there. The timing was really good because Heka would finish red and then him and Nautilus and LeBlanc could have met up and they could have done stuff as a 3. Please move around the map. First turret, super important. Splyce wants to get first turret almost no matter what. Like once they get first turret and they can go into 1-3-1 position and really start playing off the side lane. No, Visitat. No. Oh, what's so frustrating to me is, I mean, this guy dying in a solo lane is definitely frustrating, but LeBlanc's in a situation where she's clearing the wave first on the Galio, and she has opportunities to move around the map and work with their jungler, coordinate things. But yeah, and also they counterpick Kennen into the Gnar And then like Cannon getting killed in a solo lane situation is also garbage. Yikes. The timing for this also was when LeBlanc backed and got her Ludens. Just everything so off. The three things that happened really badly just now. LeBlanc is not playing with her team. She's just playing extremely selfishly, trying to get plating, and it looks like she was just trying to rush Ludens. 2, I mean, obviously my top laner getting killed. And 3, playing for Dragon when LeBlanc, or enemy team was playing for Dragon and they tried to contest when LeBlanc was nowhere near close. And it was an outnumber fight too. Like, look at this. Look where the LeBlanc is. She doesn't also have TP. Like, she's gonna take forever to get here. They have a Nocturne Galileo. They have an Ashe. Like, don't get near them. Like, they want to engage on you so badly. Also, how did Nocturne lose so much HP? Oh, wait, what did he do? How did he lose so much HP? He got hit by Dragon once. Hecarim Q'd him on the way. Wow, this is god tier. Nocturne ult is like super fast and Hecarim landed the Q on the way. And then Nautilus ulted. Wow. He took so much damage in the air. And then Narth also TPing in. This is just a terrible position to be fighting. They should have let that dragon go. Just situationally, they should have been like, oh, we actually can't contest this dragon. They were able, so this kind of shit happens. I'll tell you exactly what happened during the replay. DFM didn't reset and they stayed in waves and they stayed to fix waves and they fell behind in, dare I say it, tempo on the map. When you win a team fight and you don't reset right away and you stay behind to sometimes fix waves or pick up farm, also think of what you're giving up, because the opponents, as soon as they reg, they will just rush to the objective. And that's something they overlook, and they gave up Dragon when they never needed to. Maybe they gave it up on purpose because they don't have ultimates and they don't want to fight again. But my suspicion is they just stayed on the map way too long. Because like they literally won that fight pretty handedly. I guess they got turret top. Earthstrike is so valuable though. I love Earthstrike. And it's not about getting the second Earthstrike that's really valuable. It's about denying your opponent the first Earthstrike. Like, never giving a team Earthstrike allows them, or denies them from ever being able to rush Baron the way that you can. But when both teams have Earthstrike, then, I mean, both teams have that potential to be able to rush Baron. It's just you being the only one with it. I really didn't like how Humanoid played this game so far. Very inactive on the map and has very little effect on overall like flow of the game. One thing that I think Splyce does a lot as a team is they probably talk so much about item breaking points, because once they get to certain items, they'll suddenly be like very proactive. So my suspicion is they probably made a call to wait until LeBlanc Ludens and then we're going to start doing something. So LeBlanc was just farming and trying to maximize to get to that timing with Ludens. So they weren't doing anything until she got her Ludens, and that's why she was so content on just farming mid and try to get plating. Completely fine to be proactive, even before you have your item if there is an opportunity. Now game's in a really awkward spot. Gnar is not that vulnerable little Yordle that they can keep eating for breakfast anymore. Gnar is actually a strong independent Yordle who can side lane with the help of Nocturne and Galio and doesn't have to get worried about being bursted. He already finished Black Cleaver, has the Giant's Belt, has the Jiren Fist. He is definitely not that squishy Yordle. That was a huge vulnerability in DFM's draft. Kennen versus Gnar being a not so easy matchup. LeBlanc Hecarim being able to dive them. Whoa, 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 this fight. Whoa, Splyce. Whoa, Splyce. I understand Kennen's chilling here, but what happens when Gnar's ready to flank? Nocturne Galio can wombo combo on the Ashe. Wombo combo zone. Or not the Ashe, the Kai'Sa, excuse me. Kai'Sa got wombo comboed on. I mean, they... Whoa, this side of DFM, the Ashe, oh my god. Ashe played it well. Ashe Thresh won, like, survived the 2v3, I'm pretty sure. Oh, they survived the 2v2. Oh no, Kennen went in too early. Kennen, no! Fucking wait for the Ashe, you idiot! Oh my god, he just went for the Thresh. Oh, this was such a good positioning too. They had no idea you're there. Just wait a little bit more. Wait a little bit more. Wait until Ashe shows and then go in on it. If he waited a little bit more here, I'm pretty sure they can insta delete the Ashe and the Thresh. He didn't get any of his ult damage off on the Ashe. So even though it was a LeBlanc Kennen versus a bot lane, look at how it turned out. Like LeBlanc, like Ashe plus Thresh actually did more than fine. Just between the two of them, it's a 1-for-0 with LeBlanc almost being out. He did it to stop Galio ult. Actually, that's a good point. He did do it to stop Galio ult. But here's my other counterpoint. Galio should have just stayed back and ulted from a safer spot. Especially if Nocturne's gonna ult like this. I guess I don't hate the Kennen ult as much now that I noticed that he did do it to stop Galio ult. Yeah. Yeah, he's stopping Galio ult. The only thing that the Galio ult would have hit would have been Nautilus though. Maybe too much hindsight talk, but I definitely think Kennen should be looking at Ashe and that's his biggest target. How the hell am I going to get on Ashe? How the hell am I going to kill the Ashe? Also, not getting Zanyas versus Galio versus Kennen, or not a Kennen, versus Gnar seems really troll. You're not going to be able to go in the center of the fight. The enemy team also has Thresh. Really hard to just be pure damage. I think the Kennen build is pretty Pepega. Any comment on the Hecarim itemization? I don't understand what the Hecarim thinks his job is this game if he's building tanky. His job is to delete the Ashe or the Thresh. I'm actually not sure why he'd be building tanky, especially Visage. What are y'all attempting? What's the goal this game? Damn, this Gnar is actually being so effective. Blind pick Gnar. When you're this good with Gnar, you just blind pick Gnar, effective regardless of if people counterpick you. That's where this Eevee guy is at. here's something I want to highlight. Look at the Hecarim. Just look at the Hecarim. I don't want you guys to look at anyone. Just look at Hecarim. Look at the Hecarim. He's charging up. He's going into the Ashe. The Ashe should have gotten one shot here. It's Nautilus ult plus Ignite plus Hecarim doing full damage, and they're not able to one-shot the Ashe. And then like eventually Kennen goes in here, and they do kill the Ashe, but they're like the Hecarim is not being effective as a champion. Like this Hecarim, does he care about having 1,700 HP right now, or is he caring more about the fact I wasn't able to one-shot the Ashe when I initially went in? I think that's a way bigger problem than like, oh, I need to be tanky so I can survive the AoE damage. Yeah, I think him being tanky here is so worthless. Oof. Looks like both teams aren't going to side lane as much, and it's going to come down to actual team fighting. The Gnar grouping is like a really big indication of that. Because the other way they could have played this game is like Gnar and Nocturne playing together for a side lane. Setting up for a second Earthdrake for both teams. Not as big of a deal. The first Earthdrake's the biggest deal. Kennen caught up by Ashe Arrow. DFM replying with mid push into Baron control. It is 28 minutes and they have an Earthdrake. This Baron is very rushable. They're actually starting to rush it. Nocturne tanked a little bit more than he wanted to. No Kennen, no TP. Oh, they actually got the fight started. I mean, the Hecarim's tanky, but everyone's just ignoring the Hecarim. He's just not doing much. I mean, great, you're tanky, but it means so little. It means so little. You're not able to kill targets even though you're tanky. Oh, Nocturne didn't even use his ult. Yikes. Biggest problems this game for Splyce, inactivity from LeBlanc, and also just weird item builds and trying to opt into teamfight where they don't have a business opting into the teamfight. I think Hecarim is trying to itemize towards healing in his W. Why doesn't he itemize towards deleting other champions so they can't do damage to him? That might be better. Hecarim did the most damage in the fight. Holy shit. Tank Hecarim did the most damage in the fight. Alright, it's because the other targets got deleted early more so than Hecarim overall did more damage. He's doing more damage because he's staying alive longer, but the fight is over and he's just doing damage once the fight is over, and it's pretty meaningless. I think play-in team's good, but also major reason team playing like ass. Definitely not just a symptom of play-in teams got better. It's also the major reason teams are playing like ass and drafting like ass in some of the games. And the Kennen not building Zhonya's at all is so troll. Don't want Zhonya's versus Nocturne Gnar. Oof. Galio also. Maybe he's opting into this build because Hecarim's building full tank, so he needs to make up for it and sustain damage. Game is pretty over though. Splyce doesn't have any other way other than team fighting, and they can't beat them in team fights. Damn, that's how the cookie crumbles. I mean, props to the Gnar player, actually. The Gnar player getting a solo kill. It did help that LeBlanc was inactive, but the Gnar player getting solo kill and being relevant with very little jungle help was such a core part. Wow, major props. This wasn't a cheesy win from DFM. This was they played better League of Legends. They didn't cheese themselves to a win. They just straight played better League of Legends. They don't know what to do. They've never been to the studio before. Alright, let's see what the analyst has said. Oh, please talk about the LeBlanc doing nothing. Oh fuck, there's no analyst desk segment. Well, that's it for this file review. I hope you guys enjoyed it.